Okay, I'm on. My name's James Kerr, and I'm the founder of Tend, a budget app with only 4 categories, because I believe that managing your household finances needs to be way simpler than it is today. This is a photo of me on my first day to kindergarten, and this is because my journey into managing finances began this year. It was Christmas of 1995, and my school set up a Santa's Workshop event where decorations and ornaments were for sale for kids to buy for their family as gifts, and you could get them wrapped for 50 cents. So I remember having my 10 $1 bills, evaluating which gift I wanted to buy, exchanging the money, then going and getting it wrapped and doing it again for my sister and my mom. And I left with a bag of gifts and no money, and I just remember such a happy, satisfied feeling about that experience. And I remember it today. And today, I have a joint checking account with my wife. We have 3 credit cards we use for spending: property taxes, insurance bills, a handful of subscriptions, and they all occur at various times throughout the year. And so when I spend money now, I've lost that happy, satisfying feeling that I had when I was 5. But the mission of Tend is to bring that feeling back to me and now everybody. So why was it so fun when I was 5? And it was satisfying because of 2 reasons. One, I had a single number that I had to keep track of, which was the amount of money I had that day to buy the gifts. I had one number to keep track of, and number 2, everything else was taken care of. I was 5. I didn't have to worry about bills or anything that life needs to keep going. And so let me share a little bit about my history managing my money. This is 2010, a screenshot I took. I think I took this because somebody had gifted me $2,000 for tuition, and so I then went to celebrate at Taco Bell with a Crunchwrap Supreme, I think, right there. But I did spreadsheets for a long time. Any spreadsheet users out there manage their finance with the spreadsheets. You have full control. I used it for many years. It is manual, it's tedious, and it can get outdated quickly. So then I discovered Mint.com. Who used Mint back when they were, yep. Okay, this was awesome. All the accounts in one place, automated reports of my past spending. My net worth chart up and to the right feels good. But it doesn't have tools to plan ahead for the future. It was good for past reporting, but not so much for planning. So then I paid. Mint was free, that was great. But then now I paid for YNAB. Any YNABers? Any Monarch money? Good budget? Okay, so the zero-based budgeting, that's this whole class of apps where you take all the money you have in your checking account and you assign it to 20 or 40 or 50 categories. And now, this worked for a while, but it's not one number I have to keep track of. It's about 40 numbers now I have to keep track of anytime I want to buy something. And so this, for me, turned into such a maintenance headache. It was like a second job every month when I had to set up my budget. So then I switched to this system. Anybody on this system? All right. So this works. You guys know. Every now and then you check the bank balance, and if it's above a number you made up in your head, you're good. So this is a great low-cost, low-effort system. So if it's working for you, keep doing this. But for me, we started renovating a house, and it was expensive. I knew we were spending more than we were making. I just didn't know how much more. And so now I use Tend, and I'm building Tend to gather all the good things of those previous systems I had and to bring it into here. So back to the formula for happy spending. One number, everything else accounted for. What is the one number in Tend? Here it is, $1,403.08. And that is my real weekly discretionary allowance. So that's the money I have control over each week for the next year, and all my fixed expenses and my savings are accounted for. So this is the money I can control each week. And so you might ask, what does discretionary mean? So now I will reveal to you the only 4 categories that I use in Tend, and here they are. Well, here's 2. Fixed expense. If you sat at home and didn't touch your wallet for an entire month, you would still be charged for your fixed expenses. These are known quantities, known merchants, and even known date. So you got to keep track of that. That's one category. Next, special. You bought a new car. You bought a new computer. You bought flights for a vacation. These are the ones that make it look like you're spending tons of money, but it's like something you saved for. So that gets its own category. And the next one you will not expect. Unexpected. This is parking tickets, medical bills, street sweeper. So you have a category for those types of things. And the last one is discretionary spending. This is you have some level of control. So almost everything is this. Gas, restaurants, clothes shopping, and you'd still need that stuff. You need groceries, you need gas, but you have some level of control as to whether you buy it today or tomorrow or from this vendor or that vendor or the expensive groceries or the cheaper groceries. So that's what you can control right there. So how do I find that discretionary number? Someone on Reddit told me that this system that I made already existed in 1904, and it was invented by Japanese housewives. It's called Kaikibo, and it works like this. You take your income, and you calendar it for the whole year, everything you plan to make. Then you take your fixed expenses, and you calendar those for the whole year, because those are relatively known. Then you take out things you want to save for special and unexpected things, and then you subtract those from the income, and you see what's left for your discretion. Everything else is discretionary expense. Does that make sense? Okay. So then, here's some screenshots of Tend now and how I do it. This is how you add a fixed expense. It looks just like a repeating event on a calendar, and it uses the ice cube gem for calendaring, which is great. Then you could see a list of your fixed expenses. You could see the annual total of each one and the how much of your income that it eats up. And you might be interested in this particular list of fixed expenses because this is what it takes to run Tend, the web app. It costs $2,600 a year to run my web app after and 15 different services I need. There's a calendar view. So each of these fixed expenses and the income shows up on the calendar. And then what I do is we total it up for the next 12 months. We total the income, we total the expenses, the savings, and then you have what's left is your discretionary fund. You average that out by month or week or day, and I think the week average is the most effective for me, so that's it. We've achieved the two criteria. We have our one number that we need to focus on, and everything else is taken care of. There it is, yeah. So this is the chart in Tend that I look at every day. This tracks how much of my discretionary allowance I have spent, and then every Monday I'm happy because it refreshes. So you link your bank, you sync your transactions, you categorize them very quickly because there's only the 4 categories, and then you can see this progress bar. Now this works because I'm going to show you now the last 15 weeks of my spending, and at some point in those 15 weeks, I shipped this so that I could use it myself, and let's see if you could spot when it was. This is a little laggy. Oh, okay, it's okay. All right, so somewhere around week 9, I shipped this, and look, I'm on a streak. I am living within my means, and it feels really good to know that. So this is what it looks like. The homepage, it shows you any new transactions that you need to review. It makes intelligent suggestions for which of the categories it should belong. This is the list of transactions. You can search and filter. This is what a detailed view of a single transaction. This is my cell phone bill. It's linked to my budget fixed expense item. This is how you change the categories, and I did lie about the 4. We do handle reimbursements and transfers and credit card payments kind of a special way because those are kind of a wash. This is the report view, and the list. My spending is segregated by color, which corresponds to the categories. Those orange ones are the renovation. Those are the special expenses. There's like tile and like hardwood floors, and so if I didn't have this broken out, it would look like I was just going crazy this last year. But this tells an accurate story of like, the blue is what I can control. So that's how frugal I've been. And the rest is just, stuff we saved up for. We pulled money out of savings to pay for that. And then I also have a concept of an album, a transaction album. Like if you want to know the cost of a single trip or a home project, you just add all the transactions to an album, you see the total. It's like a folder, kind of. So I'm really grateful to this community because I started 7 months ago doing it full time, and I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't reading blogs about people just doing stuff and just going for it. And so this is what I use, a default stack. It's just myself, and it's bootstrapped for now. But this month, I installed Stripe, and I got my first 2 paid users. So we're in business. So if you're someone with a full life and you need clear visibility into the finances and you don't want to have the burden of traditional budgeting, then Tend is designed for you. So you could check it out, tend.cash. It's a web app, and that's where I post screenshots and stuff on Twitter. Thank you.